Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Yashala, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, one west, yeah, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. I'm really for my people, y'all just playing game. I'm all about the truth, we are not the same. I'ma shoot it to you straight, with a little slang. UPK out in this bitch, yeah, you know the name. Started on the streets back in '69. Read it in the record, now I want what's mine. Came up from the dust, now you see the shine. Ain't no cowards in my camp, all we know is grind. Grace and brotherhood of the Lord, gotta teach this people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Yashala, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. When it's verse 2, when it's game time, shield of David, no game sign. Let the truth that we bring to you, chain of the spirit we breaking loose. Repent for your sins and from within, become a new man and be stand for all the people who need you. Damn right we gon' teach you. Cause the preacher man be lying, telling all them lies, but he still wants your ties. For the new car he drive, it's not time that we wake up. Ain't no devil gon' save us. All we need is the truth. 144 in them boots. Christian brotherhood of the Lord, gotta teach this people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Yashala, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me.
Shalom, Israel. With the Israelite School and Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Today is that Sunday scripture breakdown class. Go into the Bible and answer the questions of the people online and in class. One thing about the Christian church, you cannot raise your hand and ask them anything when you will be escorted out of the church, because the church is not a place to learn. The church is the place to go and clap your hands and stump your feet and take off your shoes and run around, but you ain't gonna learn a damn thing in there. So that's why this is the Israelite school, because you can come in here and be taught. You can learn how to live righteously according to the Bible. You can learn what the Lord loves and the Lord hates in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. If anybody have any questions, type them in online. Anybody have any questions in the class, raise your hand and ask them, and we'll get them to you, get an answer for you. Go ahead.
Sir, if I may, I have a question about sex is marriage.
Okay.
So I was trying to get some extra precepts on, being able to break it down to a Christian that sex is marriage.
Okay, no sweat. You have some precepts on the topic already?
Kind on, sir.
Okay. All right, let me go. Let's get the Zondervan Bible Dictionary first. There you go. Marriage. Another thing we can go to is in the scriptures, you have to understand that marriage is not what the white man says it is. The white man says marriage is when you make a contract with someone. The contract that you're making with someone, according to the Bible, is when a man enters into a woman. Biblically speaking, it would be when the two becomes one flesh. The most intimate thing that you can do with someone is have sex with them. After sex, there is nothing else more intimate that you can give that person or any other person. So for the way that we use sex, we take the intimacy out of sex. We take the actual, we take the thing that makes it sacred away from it when we just have sex for nothing, having sex for fun. You know, those things are the things that take away the value of sex. Go ahead, I agree with you guys.
This is the definition of marriage in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Marriage is an intimate personal union.
It is a what?
An intimate personal union.
It's a union with everybody.
An intimate personal union to which a man and a woman.
A man and a man.
A man and a woman.
A woman and a woman.
A man and a woman consent to consummated and continuously nourished by sexual intercourse.
What is the marriage nourished by?
Sexual intercourse.
You know why a lot of marriages die? Because the marriages are malnutrition. It does not have the proper nourishment. You cannot have a healthy marriage without the proper nourishment. And that thing that nourishes the marriage is the thing that started it, which is sex. That's according to the definition itself. You understand? Now, sex, give me Genesis. You give me Genesis 16:3. You give me Genesis 24:67. How's it about? Read yours second. Genesis 16:3. Read yours second. Read yours first. Genesis 24:67. Let me tell you something. This is what women and men do not want to face. They don't want to face the fact that sex is marriage. Because then they have to think about that body count. They have to start thinking about, wait a minute, if this is marriage, then I've been married a lot of times. Read what you got. How's it up?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 24, verse 67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent.
Now, Sarah, I think this is when Sarah died. And Isaac found this woman that he really liked. And he took her into the tent. And what happened?
And she became his wife. And took Rebecca.
He did what?
And took Rebecca.
Now, it said he took her into the tent. And then after that, it says he took her. What does that mean? In the words of Tommy off of Martin, he got the draws. That's what he did. Keep reading.
It's like it, sir. According to the definition, it says to lay hold of, to get hold of, to grasp, to grip, to clasp, to clutch, to grab, to nourish.
Salakia. That's what he did. That is sex in the Bible. He took her. He knew her. He became one flesh with her. And what happened after that?
And she became his wife.
Now, after that, you know, he had to tell him if he liked it, he had to put a ring on it. Is that what it said?
And took Rebecca, and she became his wife.
After he slept with her, she was his wife. Because sex is marriage. Give me your scripture I gave you.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 16, verse 3. And Sarah, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian,
right?
After Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan,
right?
And gave her to her husband.
Gave her to her what?
Gave her to her husband.
She did what?
Gave her to her husband.
Sarah took her handmaid Hagar and passed her over to her husband to be what?
Her husband, Abram, to be his wife.
To be his what?
To be his wife.
Keep reading.
Verse 4. Salakia. And he went into Hagar.
He did what?
And he went into Hagar.
He gave her a ring.
And he went into Hagar.
He entered in and did what?
And she conceived. And when she saw that he had conceived, her mistress was deprived.
Right. So this is what happened. Sarah felt like she wasn't gonna ever have a child. So you know what she did? She said, you can have a child with my handmaid. But in doing that, that gave Abraham another wife because he had to go into her. So that's what it is. Sex is marriage. You can't go into someone without being married. That means fingering. That means fellatio. That means, what else? Any form of sex is sex. Oral sex is sex. All of it is sex, which is what? Marriage. Now, if Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans knew that, they would know that they have multiple husbands and multiple wives already. And when a woman sleeps with another man, then she's committing adultery against the man before that she was sleeping with. And she would be doing something punishable to death if not for Christ. So that's why it's so important to learn the laws of the Lord so that you can understand what you can do and what you cannot do. Because living in America, America shapes you in, you were born in sin and shaped in iniquity. Living under these other nations, you are raised up thinking it's okay to try it before you buy it. You think it's okay, but the Bible says that when a man gets a wife, he gets a what? He gets a what?
A possession.
Give me that. I want that so we can see that in the Bible too. Somebody else give me Exodus 22 and 16. I think that's another wife one.
There's the book of Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, chapter 36, verse 24. He that gaineth a wife begetteth a possession.
He get a what?
He begetteth a possession.
What does that mean to have a possession?
Something that you have.
Go ahead.
Something that you have, something that is yours, something that you are a ruler over.
That's something you own. That is something that belongs to you.
Right.
If you get a wife, your wife belongs to you. She is yours. You own her. You rule over her because her desire is to be to you. Her desire, meaning the things that she wants, should be the things that you want because she belongs to you. The problem is living in this place teaches a woman to have her own desire. It teaches a woman to have a desire to herself, not to her man. Now, whatever she feels life is about is what she think life is about. Whatever she feels life is about is what she's going to try to push, her agenda. In actuality, she should be trying to push your agenda because her desire should be to you because you own her. Okay, let's put it in layman's term. When you buy a car, is the car there to stunt and show people that it has a nice owner? Is the car's job to say, look at my owner? What is the car's job? It's to get you from point A to point B. What is a watch's job? Is the watch's job to be on your wrist and tell other watches, look, I'm a watch, and I'm on LeBron James' wrist. No, the watch's job is for LeBron James to say, "This is a Rolex. This is my watch. This is something that makes me look good." The Bible says that a woman is a help like unto himself. A woman is an assistant like a man's assistant. Our women today are not our assistants. Our women today are whose assistants? Who?
Oppressor's assistant.
The oppressor's assistant. So therefore, you know what she does for the oppressor? What did I just say? Your what is unto your husband? Your desire. So now her desire is unto who? Everything he wants, she does. She goes to work. If he wants hot coffee, she makes hot coffee. If he likes 1 cream and 2 sugars, she gives him 1 cream and 2 sugars. When your wife walks in, she's too tired to cook. She's too tired to clean. She had a rough day. Why don't you do it? What about that stuff she would never say to her boss, because her desire is not to you. She's already gave her desire up to her boss, her other man. And her other man has no need. The way her other man has it set up, she has no need for you. If she needs somewhere to stay, then what does she get? Does she need a man to have a place to live? What can she go stay? Section 8. How much is rent? $25 on Section 8. How much is rent with you in the house? A full price. So just having a man to have somewhere to stay, you losing on just having somewhere to live. If you need some food, how much does food cost if you got a man? How much? Give me full price. Just give me a number. $100 for some groceries. Just 100? $250. Let me just say $250, right? And that's minimum. That's not even real. But you $250, okay? So you got a man in your house. You got to pay at least $800 to $900 for him to stay there. Then you got to spend another $250 for you to eat. Right. How much does it cost to eat off of your other man? He gives you money. It's free. Right. So now you got to pay $25 to live. You get $250 on food stamps. Right. That's $250 you don't even have to spend. Right. So now you saving $800-900 on living. You saving $250 on eating. What about if you need some money in your pocket? Oh, child support. Child support itself is what? How much? Give me a number on child support. You got 2 kids with a woman. How much is that? $800. Now, you got child support. What else? What's another one? That's an income. So guess what? This woman is getting $800 from you, right? That ain't even 10 days. Now she's getting $800 from you that she can go to the car lot and say, I get $800 like it's a form of employment. Like she can get a better car, a better house because of the income you're giving her. They also have something called TANF. The white man gives her a stipend. She gets money off of that. And you know what the white man does not do? He does not tell her that she needs to be in the house at a certain time. He don't tell her that she need to put some more clothes on. He don't tell her she need to cook or clean. He don't tell her she need to do anything. So what's better in a woman's mind to have? Liberty. No man. Freedom, liberty. No man. The white man has taught your woman to be, what type of woman? It's most definitely a whore. But what is the term that they use? an independent woman. That's what she is.
Right.
You understand? So she's also free to go and have sex with however and whoever she wants. However many dudes and women, dogs and trees and orgies and swinger parties, she can go and do whatever she wants to do because her man gives her permission to do it. You know whose possession she is? She's the white man's possession. She's the government's possession because she is on government assistance. You're supposed to be a helpmate to your man when you are being assisted by the government. You have a new man in your house, a new man in your life, to where now you don't need a man. But when they talk about men, what do they say about men? Deadbeats, they ain't shit, they lazy, they all of that. But you have nothing to say about the woman. No, there's something in you. You have nothing to say about the woman. That is what the white man has done, the oppressor has done to our families. That's how he destroyed our families. Right. By giving our women liberty that they don't deserve. And one more thing before you go in. And another thing they do is they make it to where a woman don't respect your gift. A woman doesn't respect what you do, but she blames you for what you don't do. Go ahead.
So wait, so she's not paying $750 to $1,000 rent.
Mm-hmm.
She not paying $250 to $300 in groceries every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
She get like a $300, $400 stipend.
Mm-hmm.
If she got 2 kids,
mm-hmm.
she get $800 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's just about one man.
Yeah, that's just the first baby daddy. Because you know the other baby daddy, he ain't gonna go to work because he ain't gonna pay no child support.
But then he ended up getting locked up because he owes back child support.
And then he goes to jail, so he'll never be able to pay.
Yeah, he'll get behind even more in the real.
So it's the system is set up to oppress and destroy black men.
Wow.
And we are here to put the system back in order and to put rulership back in our women's house. That's why a woman that's in the UPK is a jewel. Because she understands the value of her brother, the value of a black man in her house. You understand? She's a real warrior because she's willing to pay that high price of rent. She's willing to pay that money for those groceries. She's willing to struggle with her brother other than to live in lavish and luxury without him. That's why these women in this school is so important. But you cannot be a weak man and rule over your house. And that's the thing that America has made. America has made Black, Hispanic, and Native American men weak. They have made men to where now men are not respected because the women are as hard or harder than the men. Right. So she looking like, what do I need you for? So you know what I'm saying? Like, did I answer your question before I go in on my topic? Anybody got any more questions? And check the online. Make sure we ain't missing no questions. Okay. Make sure you check the YouTube too. It's important that we separate from the system that has been set before us, because this system is not set up for us. It is set up to destroy us. And as long as we try to stay joined in and love and be joined everybody else, this system is going to utterly destroy us, and it's going to destroy us to the point to where we're going to be stubble, because that's what it's doing to our men right now. Our men are destroyed by the prison population. It is destroyed by homosexuality. They are destroyed by drugs. They are destroyed. That's why when the scripture says seven women will take hold of one man, that is why it is so easy to see how that is being played out before us, because our men are dying, are being killed, are being thrown in prison, or are homosexuals and don't want a woman. You got something to say, Al?
Then I just had a question.
Go ahead.
This is on 1 Timothy.
Go ahead, pull it.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5.
All right, read it.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how should he take care of the church of God? Just to get an understanding, because I hear different versions of what that could probably be.
Read the first verse.
First Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desire a good work.
What does that mean? To be a bishop, what does that mean? What is it?
To be an officer in the truth.
Right.
Right. That is a leader in the truth. That's a high-ranking official in the truth.
Right.
That's like a camp leader. That's like somebody that's working to be great in the work of the Lord.
Right.
If you desire the office of a bishop, then you do what?
You desire a good work.
You're desiring to do something good. This is not a bad thing. Keep reading.
Verse 2. A bishop then must be blameless.
That means now this man that's leading, this leader must be blameless. What does that mean?
Blameless is a person who does the law, statutes, and commandments.
Someone that is without fault,
right.
Meaning perfect.
Right.
Someone that is striving to do everything according to what thus says the Lord.
Right.
Keep reading.
The husband of one wife.
What does that mean?
That means the only thing that comes first is the truth.
That's what it means. Fake Christian groups say that this means that you can only have one woman. Well, Christ said when he comes back, he's coming back for 144,000 virgins. That's what Christ said.
That's right.
So does that mean it has to be 144,000 people who have never had sex? Because one thing about a virgin is a man cannot be a virgin, because a virgin is a young lady of marriageable age. That's a woman. So Christ is talking about he's coming back to, he's going to be the bridegroom. And he said he's coming back to get his bride. So does that mean Christ is coming back to get women? Because he's coming back to get his bride. You have to understand that everything in this Bible is not figurative. It's not exactly what you think it is. You have to understand the context to understand the spirit of the Bible. Go ahead.
So I find it interesting that Christians will accept Christ said, love your wife like Christ loved the church. But then when you read this analogy talking about a bishop shall be blameless of one wife, it ain't no parallelism.
Right. And I find it crazy how women get so upset about multiple wives when Christ said the kingdom of heaven is like 10 virgins, running to the bridegroom.
Right.
That's who's the bridegroom that he's talking about? Who is that person? Who is that person that they run into?
They're running to Christ.
They're running to Christ. Right. So if they are running to Christ, they're running to him for what?
Saved to be married to him.
Married to him. Christ is telling them right then, 10 women are running after me.
Right.
But you got a problem with multiple wives. Christ is telling you he gonna have what? He got 10 women running after him. They're not running after him for prayer. They're not running after him for the anointed oil. When they make it to Christ, then what are they gonna do to him? Shalom. They're going to marry him, and we just went over what marriage was. But you got a problem. But you got to see the marriage that Christ was going to give them was their rapture.
Right.
That's what he was going to give them. But they always talking about multiple wives as if it's something negative and evil and bad. You understand? Go ahead,
Like if I may, I also find it funny that all these single women out here talking about Christ as their husband, but it's at least about 2,000 of them that all saying that Christ is their husband, but they don't like multiple wives.
Christ is married to every woman in the Christian church. Every single woman in the Christian church. I don't need no man. I'm married to Jesus. Guess what, sis? Jesus got multiple wives. Because everybody else in church with you is married to Jesus. So like, I'm going past the point. Read the next verse. So like.
I'm going. The husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior.
Vigilant, sober, of good behavior. Who was this talking about being vigilant, sober, and of good behavior?
The one who desires to be the bishop, the leader.
Right. So the leader must be someone that you can look up to and follow as an example, because he practices what he preaches. Keep reading.
Given to hospitality, apt to teach.
He has to be someone that when people comes in town, he can take care of people and bring them into his house. Not, hey, where you gonna stay at? Well, it's a hotel down the street. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no money, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Nah, you have to be someone that's like, hey, y'all coming in town? Y'all can stay at my house. Don't worry about getting a rental car. I got 2 cars. Y'all can use my car. Me and my wife will use the other car. Y'all go view the city. Hey, look, when you go down here, y'all go to Mount Bonnell, look at the top of the city. Look, y'all go over here and view it. Like, you want to be hospitable. Right. So where they like, man, when I went to that brother's house, man, it just made me feel like I was at home. That's a good leader. Keep reading.
One. Here we go. After teach, verse 3. Not given to wine.
Not being a drunkard.
No striker.
And he's not ready to fight all the time. Keep reading.
Not greedy of filthy lucre.
And he's not trying to take money the wrong way.
Right.
Filthy lucre. What your Christian pastors do, that's filthy lucre. You know what I mean? They are taking money from the poor. And they have so much fun in doing it. They love doing it. You know what else they do? They put their partners on. You know what it's called? A revival. They be like, you come to my church, we got some sisters over here that's dropping that bread. I give you a whole week over here, brother. You can make you a quick 15, 20,000. Just give me 10 of them. Keep reading.
But patient, not a brawler, nor covetous. Verse 4, one that ruleth well his own house.
What does that mean? Somebody tell me what that means. Go ahead. Yo, you had your hand up? You didn't?
Yeah, like for example, the camp leader, one that's making sure everything is in order and taking care of everything, making sure everything is on point.
That's it. Right? Making sure that everything is in order in his own school, right? In his own home. It's not just talking about his school as well, but in his home as well, because you have to practice what you preach. Now, let me ask you a question. Let's say you a leader in the school, but your wife is not in the school. Your wife is not in the truth. Now, your wife is not going. Your wife is not following what the laws say to follow. Is that saying that man cannot lead the school?
No.
Give me the precept that prove that. Because you know what? Fake Israelites teach that. Fake Israelites teach, since my wife is not in the school, I can't teach or I can't come to class until she gets into the school, and then I can come in and be a teacher. That's what fake Israelites teach, because they don't understand the Bible. It's 1 Corinthians 7 and 14. Yeah. Read that so we can clear that lie up that these fake Israelites teach, because they don't understand the laws, statutes, and commandments and how this works. Read that.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 14. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife.
Start at 13.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 13. And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. Verse 14. For the unbelieving husband.
12, Salaki. One more.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 12. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not.
If what kind of brother?
If any brother hath a wife that believeth not.
Right.
and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
Who is Paul talking to?
The congregation of Israel.
And who is these? Who? Yeah, but I'll bring it home a little closer. Who is he? In this verse right here that you're reading, who is he talking to? No. What did it say? If any who?
Any man.
If any brother have a wife. So who is he talking to? The brothers where?
That's in Corinth.
The brothers in Corinth in what?
In the school.
In the school.
Right.
He's saying any brother. So in Timothy, when it said if the man, he's talking to the men in the school. Mm-hmm. They saying the same thing to the men in the school. Keep reading.
Con out of one con. If any brother have the wife that believe not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
Did he say let him stay outside of the school until she comes in? He said don't put her away. Even though she don't want to be in the school, don't put her away. Right. Keep reading.
Verse 13. And the women which have an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him.
You know what? I ain't never heard a fake Israelite group say that the sister can't come into school if her husband ain't in the school. But I hear brothers say the brother can't come into school and teach if his wife can't come in. You see how that work?
That's because she said.
You know, you get him. Say that again, brother.
That's because the woman said that.
That's exactly why. Because these other schools are ran by women.
Yeah.
You understand? These other schools are ran by women. Go back to your scripture, y'all.
You didn't want to
finish it off.
Verse 14. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Elsewhere, your children unclean, but now are they holy.
You see that? Fake Israelites don't understand the Bible. They don't understand the spirit in the Bible because they're fake. That's why we call them that. If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you don't understand this book. You don't understand the spirit of this book. Right. You understand? We break the scriptures down. You get the broke downs, right, and you try to go out in the streets and teach them, and you are schism. Yep. You are dividing the sheep. You understand? You are worse than Creflo Dollar. You understand? Is that it on your question now? You got some more?
Just to get to the actual.
Go ahead. Get to it.
All right. So we have verse 4. Verse 4. One that ruleth well his own house, mm-hmm, having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Mm-hmm. Now, go ahead.
Verse 5.
I was going to ask a question about that.
Go ahead.
Could that be used as a parallelism since the house is like say for instance, like a person that has operational command over a school, right? Talking about having his children in subjection. Is that the brothers and sisters in the school that's coming into the truth?
That's both. It's talking about the brother. The household is talking. It's talking about the leader. So it's talking about the brothers and sisters in the school, the children up under him, and it's talking about your family at home. Right. It's twofold. It's talking to both because you got to have it all in order. You got to be what? You just read it before. Blameless. You know what I'm saying? Right. But let's just say your children go out into the world. They don't want to be in the truth. Does that mean that brother shouldn't leave the school? Your children don't want to be in the truth. They don't want to follow him. You know what? That brother should treat them the same way he treats people in the world. That's what he should do. If they don't want to be in the school, you should treat them the way they want to be treated. They don't want to follow righteously. That's fine. Do your own thing. But what he gonna do is he gonna respect what you say. If say your son is a homosexual, Lord forbid, your son is a homosexual. But let's say he is. You know what you should do? You should treat him like he's supposed to be treated. You should tell him how wrong it is. You should tell him to not come around you with that. You should treat him like he should never feel comfortable around you. That's love. Right. When you smoke weed and you walk in the house, what you do? You put on glasses. You got hand sanitizer. You got cologne. You got Visine. You know it's not accepted. So why is it okay you think that you're gonna be walking around me and you a flaming homosexual? You understand what I'm saying? That is the way you deal with your household. You deal with your household righteously, and you treat them as you are a priest. You uphold the law. You are the law. You're the police. So nobody should feel comfortable sinning around you. Nobody should be able to see you come and have that blunt in their ear and want to fire it up. Who sees the police and wants to fire up the blunt? Nobody. So that's how they should feel about you. Right. Nobody should be comfortable being around you and sinning. Yep. You understand? The only way they'll be comfortable doing those things around you is if you're doing it. If you're that cool police officer that come over here and buy weed. Man. That's what happened. That's why you have to be blameless. You have to be that man in charge that nobody can say, I seen him smoking weed. So now they can't say, oh, how he gonna say we can't smoke weed when I was just smoking with him yesterday? Yep. They're not gonna be able to say that. Is some more on that verse?
Now we on the verse.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
If you don't know how to rule your own, how are you going to be able to deal with the school? If you can't, and that leads me directly into my topic. Right. My topic is on men. You can't be a weak man to lead this nation. How are you going to be a weak man at home, but a strong man at camp? How are you going to be at camp a roaring lion, but in the house you're a kitty cat? It don't work like that. And that is what we have to build. And that is why so many people hate the UPK. People hate the UPK because we make men strong. We make men stand up and not give a damn about nobody. They wife, they kids, they family, they friends, because the only thing that we care about is our first wife, right, which is this truth. Right. This truth comes before everything because this is the work of the Lord. There is no other place that you can do the work of the Lord if you're not in this school. If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you can't do the work of the Lord. We are the spokesmen of the Lord. We are the messengers of the Lord. If you're not here, you can't go to IUIC and do the work of the Lord. You can't go to GMS and do the work of the Lord. You can't go to the Christian church and do the work of the Lord. The work of the Lord is here. So what you do here matters more than anything else because you are employed by the Lord. When you put that oil on your head and you get that anointing and you take that oath is between you and the Lord. And if you don't uphold that oath, the Lord is going to punish you. There's going to be some very serious consequences for leaving this job. This is not Walmart where you get fired or you leave and then, it's all good. No, man. This ain't that place. Go ahead.
Yeah, just real quick. It's a great topic you bring it out because it's like, from what I noticed, my small time being in the truth, like, it's not the women that don't like it. It's the men. And not to disrespect our women, it matters a damn what they like or don't like. Mm-hmm. If they go to their man and say, you with that I.S.U.P.K stuff? Right. They'd be like, well, yeah, I was going to join. But then you join and that's it, I'm leaving you. Now I'm going to this other. Then she go to the other one, but he in it too.
Right. And to attack the work of the Lord. Because that's the thing you care about. That's the thing you hold closest to you. Yep. That's the thing that's closest to your heart. So Satan is going to use her. Right. So even if she's in the school, even if she's in the church, to have her days to where she's complaining about you going to camp. Hey. Why you got to go to camp every week? You ain't got to go every week. You can miss some time. Didn't you say that? So you mean all the brothers be at camp every week? So why you got to go every week? You know what I'm saying? because that's her job. Her job is to see how weak or strong you are. That's her job. Read what you got.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 21. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield.
You know what this fair speech is? We need to, when you get home from school, from the class tonight, I can't wait to see you. I got something waiting on you. You like, damn, baby, I mean, I got to go to camp tomorrow. I ain't trying to be unclean. You can miss camp tomorrow. That's fair speech. That's that soft speech that makes you feel like, well, I do have perfect attendance. I can't miss 1 week. I'm not feeling good. My head hurts. Like Jerry Muhammad said, you don't need to call me with that perfectly timed cough.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't need that, because that's what your woman is going to do. She's going to bring that fair speech to you. She's going to we haven't been out in a long time. Guess what? You can go out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. Why do you have to go out Friday and Saturday? Let's make date night Tuesday night. Let's make date night sometime during the week. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, because on the weekend, I'm going to camp. I have to teach class. But she's going to use those sweet words. Keep reading.
With the flattering of her lips, she forced him.
She did what?
Forced him.
She didn't clean. It was you. You understand? If you wanted to go to camp so bad, you wouldn't have did it. You see that? You see how she make you feel? She put you in the figure 4 leg lock and then blame it on you for your leg getting broke. For the tap out. You should have never tap out. You should have let me break it. That's what she's saying. No. That's in the Bible. That is what's going on in the earth. Our women have made us weak. You understand? Our women make us weak because we're not strong enough to stand against the temptation that they bring. Keep reading now.
Con out of one con. Verse 22. He goeth after her straightway.
What does he do?
He goeth after her straightway.
He like, shit, that's my baby. I'm going to go up. I'm going in. I'm going all the way. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to make my baby happy. Keep reading.
As an ox goeth to the slaughter.
As a what?
As an ox goeth to the slaughter.
As he go into the field of green grass.
As an ox goeth to the slaughter.
She is calling you to your demise. How does the truth go forth if we don't teach it? If we in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA do not go to camp, people cannot be saved. People cannot hear the good news. People cannot change their lives. What we do is change people's lives. Yep. We make weed heads sober. We make hoes into housewives. Man. We make robbers into good, upright brothers. We make murderers never murder again. We change lives. But if you at home getting boxed, how can you change somebody? How can you save your brother? You cannot. Keep reading.
Con out of one con. Or as a fool to the correction of the stocks.
As a what?
Or as a fool to the correction of the stocks.
Keep reading.
Verse 23. Till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life.
Did you hear that? You ain't gonna recognize that you should have been at camp until it's too late. You ain't gonna recognize that you are being trapped and bamboozled until it's too late. Till the dark hits you. Till you about to die. You understand? It is better to die at camp than to die at home. That's how I feel. I feel like it's better to die at camp than to die at home. You know why? Because I would be dying a hero at camp.
Right.
I would be dying a man that was standing up for my nation. I would just be another nigga dying at home. I would just be another nigga in the house dying. You understand? When we go to camp, I never worry about my family. You know why? Because I'm doing the work of the Lord. The Lord is not going to let anything happen to my family while I'm at work because I'm working for him. I'm working for the one that watch over everybody. Keep reading.
Con out of one con.
Let them know where we at.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 24. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children.
Hearken now while you're still alive, while you're not on your deathbed, while you're not hurt. Listen to what the Lord is saying. Read.
And attend to the words of my mouth.
And do what he says to do. Read.
Verse 25. Let not thine heart decline to her ways.
Do what?
Let not thine heart decline to her ways.
Don't be listening to your woman. When it comes to doing the work of the Lord, you don't compromise that for anybody.
Right.
Don't listen to that because it's Satan. Satan is trying to tempt you and stop you from coming to camp and doing the work of the Lord. That's what it is. Satan knows that camp speaking that you got to do this weekend is for a brother that's going to be at the bus stop when you're going to be at camp. Satan knows it. Satan knows that, damn, Tyrone going to be out there. This brother's going to teach on women, and Tyrone going to hear it, and he going to come into school. Let me see, what can I do? What can I do?
That's crazy, man.
I know what to do. Tell her to go in there and put on that lingerie. That's what you do. She come out that room with that lingerie, fresh out the shower, and now I got him. Keep reading.
Go not astray in her path, for she hath cast down many wounded. Yea, many strong men have been slain by her.
Read that again.
Yea, many men. For she hath cast down many wounded.
What is wounded? What does that mean? We just read earlier when it said that you get pierced by the dart.
Right.
Men before you fell for the same trick.
Right.
She's cast down many wounded,
right.
many men that have been weak behind her. She hath destroyed other men with the same tactic. Keep reading.
Yea, many strong men have been slain by her.
What kind of men?
Many strong men.
No, the weak men.
Strong men.
She ain't going after the weak. She going after the what?
Strong men
have been what?
Slain by her.
Have been killed by her. You know why? Because of her beauty and her soft words and her gentle touch and her fair speech. Those strong men go straight way after her to their death. Keep reading.
Con. Verse 27, her house is the way to hell.
Her house is what?
The way to hell.
Her bed is what?
The way to hell.
Her legs is what?
The way to hell.
Her mouth is what?
The way to hell.
The box is what?
The way to hell.
Keep reading.
Going down to the chambers of death.
Going down to what?
The chambers of death.
Let me tell you something. It may feel good. It may sound good. It may feel right at the moment. But it is the way to death. You understand? Strong men have been destroyed by strong women. But you're going to have to be a stronger man to lead the nation. A woman is not going to be able to be your downfall. you're going to have to be stronger than that. Give me, go back a chapter 6.
Okay.
Give me verse 24.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians.
No, Proverbs,
Proverbs
6 and 24. Somebody make sure we ain't got no questions online. My phone tripping.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 24. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
Let me tell you something. You got to keep yourself, switch it back to the other one. You have to keep yourself from evil women and the flattery of strange women. Which strange women is this talking about?
Heathen nation.
Heathen nation. It's still up. I'm looking at it. It says, to keep ye from the flattery of the strange women. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. These white women love them some black men. But you're going to have to ignore that, Og. You're going to have to ignore these Arabs, these Kim Kardashians, these Chilis. Chile, ain't she East Indian?
Yep.
Salakia. That hurt my heart when I seen that the other day when her reading the Bible. I was like, good night. We're going to have to watch out for those because they out here. You understand? They out here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like they love Black Rod. They don't love black men.
Right.
At any given time, whether Kim Kardashian going after the basketball player, football, whatever, you know, I don't know their names, but from Reggie, from whatever. Right. At any given time, they'll take the world, strip it up from under them, and the hell with them, and then get another. So it's not the man, it's the rod. You know, they don't love black.
That's exactly right. They just make black women anyway. They are imitation black women anyway.
They hate black women. They want the spot.
Right. They hate black women so much they are laughing in their face by sleeping with their man. That's the same thing that people that sleep with white women or white men say. I'm doing this to get back at them. It's the same way the other nations look at them. Keep reading.
Verse 25. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart.
Don't lust after these evil women or strange women. Keep reading.
Neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
Don't let her blinking and her gaze at you, her gentle touch get you captured. Don't do that because these women take down strong men. So you could be a strong man. You could be one west till you bury me. And it's a woman out there that's gonna meet you. You're gonna meet your match because she's
one west till I bury you.
Right. She's going after you to death. Keep reading.
For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread.
You see that? Whorish women bring niggas to crumbs, man. Whorish women destroy men. Like Tiger Woods, destroyed by a whorish woman. Strange whorish woman. Right. Lamar, what's the nigga with Lamar Odom? Destroyed by a strange whorish woman. Kobe Bryant, strange whorish woman. Kobe Bryant, his wife was a white woman, ain't she?
No, she black. No.
Oh, Salakia. Well, I don't give a damn. She was an evil woman. Yeah. God damn it. It still don't matter because it's a woman regardless. Right. Keep reading.
And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
And she gonna do what?
Hunt for the precious life.
A whore, an adulterous woman, is looking for the cleanest, the best man she could find to destroy him. She's looking for the strong, righteous, good man because that demon on her wants death for you. Keep reading.
Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned?
Do you hear what the Bible is telling you? Can you do this wicked thing and not get caught up in it? and not get burnt? Keep reading.
Verse 28. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned?
You see that?
Yeah.
You can't walk on hot coals and not get your feet burnt. You're not going to be able to do these wicked acts and nothing's not going to happen.
Like the man before you.
You're going to fall like the man before you. You're not going to be able to get away with it. So you know what you do? Don't do it. Fight it. You know what I'm saying? Call and get counsel. Get help, because you're going to have to be a strong man to lead this nation. Coming into this truth, when these doors bust open, when everybody really figure out that this is the home of the truth, and they start coming in, we're going to get all type of people. We are going to get all types of men and women. We're going to get schizophrenics from the men's side and the women's side. We're going to get bipolar men and women. We're going to get women that are beautiful, that have a strong lust demon on them. You're going to have to know how to fight that out. You can't be taken by that. We're going to have to really fight your lust, your own desire. That's what you're going to have to learn to do. You can't be a strong man and rule the nation if you can't even control yourself. And that's what the Pharisees and the Sadducees did. The Pharisees and the Sadducees were men that were taken by their own lust, but they were still punishing people for the things that they were doing. But nobody was there to punish them. Christ is coming back for men that can righteously judge because they are blameless. And that's what we got to be in the UPK. We teaching our brothers and our sisters how to be blameless, without fault, to where now we won't be like hypocrites. We won't be like the Christians. You understand? Keep reading.
Con out of one con. So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her, shall not be innocent.
Let me tell you, man. If you touch your neighbor's wife, you're not going to be innocent. Do you know what that means? Your neighbor's girlfriend that he's sleeping with, because we don't call them wives in the street. You're going to have to ask a woman, does she have a boyfriend? Does she have a homie lover friend? Does she have a side rod, a side piece? Does she have a friend? He's my friend. You have to ask all of those questions, because what you will be doing is going into another man's wife. Keep reading.
Con out of one con. Verse 30. Men do not despise a thief, if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry, but if he be found, he will restore sevenfold, and he shall give all the substance of his house.
Read the next one.
Con. Verse 32. But whoso committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
Let me tell you why you do stuff like that. Because you don't know how bad it is. You don't know how wicked and evil it is. That's why, see, classes like this hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
It hurt people's demons. It hurts you, but this is what makes you better. It says if you do these things, you lack understanding. So these classes give you understanding of how bad it is. See, the hardest thing about being in the truth, the hardest thing about being in the truth is sinning after knowing the truth. Because when you come in here and you learn the truth and you hear these breakdowns, when you sin, you chose to sin because you know it's wrong. At first, you were acting off an impulse. You were just acting off how you felt, what you thought, you know, what everybody else was doing. But now when you come in here and you do it, it's not the same. You know exactly what you're doing. And you have to fight your demon to do it. You got to fight your spirit, Salakia. You got to fight your spirit to sin. Your spirit is telling you, just leave. Don't do it. Look, you know they about to fire up the weed. They finna fire up the weed. Leave right now. Just walk out the door. Go stand on the porch. You're like, nah, I can stand. I can deal with it. I can stand there. And they pass it by you 3 or 4 times, and you just be like, hey, let me hit it one time. You know what I'm saying? Look, y'all my niggas, y'all ain't gonna say nothing. Then the next thing you know, you smoking the blunt. And the next thing you know, you calling your niggas and telling them, hey, pick me up a gram. I'm on my way over there. I'm gonna just get a gram. Then the next thing you know, you're picking up 2 grams. Then the next thing you know, you got a half a pound and you're selling it. That's how it happens. You know why? Because you didn't fight, you didn't take the escape when the Lord gave it to you while it was small on you. You understand? Yeah. While it wasn't heavy on you, you didn't take the escape. So now he's getting more confident. The demon is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and now he back home. You understand? That's why we are here to give you understanding. Keep reading.
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
You do what?
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
You're destroying your own self. Keep reading.
Verse 33. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away.
Salakia. Do you see that? You're going to be dishonored for this type of behavior. And it's not going to be erased. This stain is going to be on you. It's going to be made known. Keep reading.
Verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man.
What is it?
Jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom. Neither will he rest content.
Keep reading.
Though thou givest many gifts.
See that? That's what happens when you do these type of acts, man. Yeah, the man ain't trying to hear no salakia, you sleeping with his wife. He ain't trying to hear no my bad. You know what I'm saying? He don't want your money. He don't want none of that. He wants vengeance. So that's why it's important that we don't even put ourselves in those predicaments. Because if you do those type of things, you don't understand how bad or how wicked what you're doing really is. You understand? That's why we have these type of classes. It takes a strong man to fight these type of lusts and type of desires. Give me that in Romans. That I do it. I want not 7. Give me that. Give me that. Somebody else give me 2 Samuel chapter 6 verse 14. Somebody else give me 2 Samuel 6 and 14.
Romans chapter 7 verses 19 and 20. And it reads, For the good that I would not, for the good that I would, I do not.
Let me tell you, man, this is a spiritual battle. And when you come into the truth, you're going to have battles and you're going to want to do right. You're going to know in your mind that I shouldn't do this. But the good that you want to do, that is what you're not going to do. Especially when you're first coming in here. Keep reading.
Oh, God. But the evil which I would not, that I do.
But the stuff that you don't want to do, that's the stuff you're going to end up doing. You know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to call and get counsel. Counsel is not for the good days. See, what people think is, oh, I did something so bad, I can't call and get counsel for it. No, that is what counsel is for. Counsel is for the bad things you do. Because Satan wants you to try to deal with it on your own. Satan want to pull you away from everybody else and make you do it and make you do so much to where in your mind, you can't go back around them. Go ahead.
Like my family used to say, that's like washing your clothes and then going to the laundromat.
Oh, damn. A dog returning to his own vomit. That's exactly what it is. And that's what's happening. Our people are now, they want to change, but they don't know how to change. And when they make a mistake in the midst of them trying to change, they feel like it's nothing they can do to fix that mistake. Right. So they stay away. They run away. And that is the worst thing to do. The best thing to do is to face your fears, face the demon, and tell on the demon. Because the demon gets stronger when he has somewhere to hide, when he has darkness. But when it's brought to the light, he can't hide anymore. So now that's what counsel is for. You bring it to the men of the Lord so that we can deal with your demon, so that we can give you counsel on the matter. Keep reading.
Verse 20. Now, if I do that I would not, it is no more that I do it.
Now, if you do what you don't want to do, it is not you that's doing it, but it's what?
But sin that dwelleth in me.
Do you know what sin is? Sin is the demon that lives in you. It ain't you that's doing it. You don't want to do it. That's why a lot of times people say things like, man, I didn't even remember doing that. Because it wasn't you. It was the demon that wanted to do it.
Right.
You are following orders. You are following the orders of the demon that lives in you. So this is what the scripture is saying. It is not I, it is sin that lives in me.
Right.
Keep reading.
Verse 21. I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is present with me.
When I would do good, even when I do good, I still feel the presence of evil inside of me. I still feel it. It's sitting right there. That is something we all go through. Nobody is not going through that. The scripture talks about familiar spirits. Those familiar spirits are the demons that's with you all the time. The demon knows you because he knows you from the last life. He knows your weaknesses from the last time he was here. He's like, oh, is this Yachty? Let me see. Yep, that's him. Nigga do this. He got the same weakness. That's the same thing. That's how it works. So when you have these weaknesses, when you have these things that come up, it is important that you go and get counsel and you talk to the men above you, because you can't deal with it on your own. But the demon in you makes you feel like you're the only one dealing with this. Like nobody else is experiencing this. Like you're the only one that wants to smoke weed. So just do it and don't say nothing. Don't tell nobody. Just keep smoking because they don't understand. Because they righteous. They so righteous, they don't understand the weight of how you want to smoke weed. That is what they teach. That is what the demon wants you to feel. You understand? Is there some more on that?
That's it.
That's what we're trying to get our people to understand, man. You got to understand that this is hard for everybody. Give me 2 Samuel now. Now, let me tell you how to deal with your woman.
It was
6 and 14.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 6, verse 14. And David danced before the Lord.
Now, David came back from war. Now, David is a strong man. David is a man, the scriptures say, after the Lord's own heart. Read.
And David danced before the Lord with all his might. And David was girded with a linen ephod. So David and all the house of Israel brought up the ark of the Lord without shouting.
Now, who did it say David was dancing before?
The Lord.
David was dancing before the Lord. Your wife is going to think that what you do in the UPK is for people to see you.
Right.
Your wife is going to think that what you do for the Lord is for a pat on the back from the people in the school. But what you know is what you are doing is for the Lord. You know that what you're doing is because this is your job, because you work for the Lord. Keep reading.
So David and all the house of Israel brought up the ark of the Lord without shouting and with the sound of the trumpet. And the ark of the Lord came into the city of David. Michal, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, and she despised him in her heart.
Wait a minute. He was leaping and dancing before who?
The Lord.
Now, let me tell you something. A woman's eye don't see what a man's eye see. David is rejoicing because of the victory he just received for the Lord. And he's rejoicing in front of people.
Yep.
And he's excited and he's dancing for the Lord. But what his wife saw, it pissed her off because she saw him showing out in front of them hoes.
Man.
He was trying to be seen by them hoes. Them little hoes out there you be trying to show out in front of. Yeah, I know you think you slick. That's what she thought. Keep what verse you in?
Verse 17.
Drop down to 20.
Verse
Where we at?
The book of 2 Samuel chapter 6, verse 20.
Okay. Go ahead.
Then David returned to bless his household. And
What verse did you just stop at?
17.
I want the port when. Don't worry about it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, start at 20.
Then David returned to bless the household, and Michal, the daughter of Saul, came out to meet David and said, "How glorious was the king of Israel today, who uncovered himself today in the eyes of the handmaidens of his servants."
In the eyes of who?
In the eyes of the handmaidens of his servants.
But who did the Bible say David was dancing in front of?
The Lord.
The Lord. You see how her eye was one way,
Right.
but David's eye was another? That's the same thing that happens today.
Yep.
The work we do for the Lord, our women look at it like we do it for people. We do it for men. We do it for women. We do it to be seen, to get a pat on the back or a rank raise.
Right.
What we're doing is for the Lord. And they don't understand that. They don't understand why you have to be at camp every week. They don't understand why you have to go to class. You can't miss it. I'm not doing this for the brothers. I'm not doing this for the generals. This is for the Lord. I'm doing this because I love the Lord. Now, Christians say they love the Lord, but they don't go the extra mile. They don't do anything to prove their love for the Lord. You understand? Michal saw he was doing this for the people. He was doing this to be seen. What did David say?
As one of the vain fellows shamelessly uncovereth himself. And David said unto Michal.
So this what happened. He was dancing so hard, his rod came out.
Yeah.
He dancing in front of the women, and she was like, You know, she didn't say, "Oh, how great my king is." She was like, "I seen you out there dancing in front of all the little women's." Not women, women's.
Right, black man.
Right. You understand? That's what she said. David said what?
And David said unto Michal, "It was before the Lord."
It was before who?
The Lord.
Michal does not understand that. She does not understand that what you do is for the Lord and is not for the crowd. Keep reading.
Which choose me before thy father.
You just mad that the Lord chose me over your daddy and who else?
And before all his house.
And before your whole household. Read.
To appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord.
You mad I'm in the UPK in your family now. You mad that if they don't change their life before Christ come back, I'm going to get a crown and they not. That's how David is looking at it. David is like, you mad that the Lord glorified me over your family. David is looking at things spiritual. His wife is looking at things carnal because she's a weaker vessel. And that's how women are always going to see things, especially if they're not in the truth. Keep reading.
Ruler over the Lord, ruler over the people of the Lord, over Israel. Therefore will I play before the Lord.
Therefore will I what?
Play before the Lord.
Did he say he's not going to do it? Did he say he wasn't going to go to camp? Did he say he was going to stop playing because it hurt her feelings? Did he say, okay, well, baby, since you don't like it, since you don't want me at camp, since you don't want me to do this, then I'll stop. What did David say?
Therefore will I play before the Lord.
He said, the hell with what you think. You are my assistant. You are my possession. You are mine. So you're going to listen to me. Therefore, I will play before the Lord however the hell I want to play. Keep reading.
Verse 22. And I will yet be more vile than this.
Now, this is a man of the Lord. This is a man that is after God's own heart. The Lord is a man of war. David didn't come in the house like a Christian. David came in the house like a man in the UPK. He said, therefore, I will be more vile than this. I mean, I will be you. He said, oh, you thought what I did was bad. Oh, you thought that was bad.
Right.
Read.
And I will yet be more vile than thus, and will be base in my own sight.
I'm going to get so wild with it, I'm going to let myself down.
Right.
I'm going to do something so out of line, I'm going to be acting out of character. I'm going to be, this is going to be beyond me. Keep reading.
And of the maidservants which thou hast spoken, of them shall I be had in honor.
The women that you said I was out there dancing in front of, they gonna have me in honor. You said I was dancing in front of them as a base man. Well, they're going to call me out of one tonight. That's what a man of the Lord said. Now, you know what a man of the Lord didn't say? That a man can only have one wife.
Right.
A man of the Lord didn't say, well, baby, you know what? Since it hurt your feelings, right, baby, I'ma just do. A man of the Lord say, listen, I'm gonna do what I want to do, the way I want to do it, how I want to do it, and you're gonna either get down or lay down. You're gonna either listen or leave. You're gonna either stay and be happy, or you're gonna leave and be miserable. But I'm going to do what I want to do. That's why people hate the UPK. People hate the UPK because we teach men to be men again. We teach men to have a backbone that no other place in this earth teach. No other earth in this place, no other good night, no other place in this earth teach people to stand up like that again. You understand what I'm saying? Good night. They don't teach men to stand up against their women like that. Because what's the slogan for marriages in the world?
Happy wife, happy life.
You hear that?
Right.
Happy wife, happy life. That's happy spouse, happy house. All that bull. I ain't never heard one about a man. Have you ever heard one about a man? Happy man? Have you ever heard happy husband? Happy? You ever heard anything? Nothing. Because this earth is built on pleasing women and making the woman God. This society, this earth, the way it's built right now. Okay. Give me Genesis 3 and 4. Let me show you. This ain't nothing new. It's been going on. Read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die.
You're not going to die. You're going to be on top. Read.
For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods.
Who going to be as what?
Ye shall be as gods.
You going to be as a god. What was he saying in the garden?
That basically you gonna fall in sin. Because it says you're gonna know the difference between good and evil.
No, brother. What was he saying? What was the serpent saying in the garden?
Just go against what your man talking about.
He said you're going to be as what?
As God.
Who is he talking to? Eve. So what is he saying?
Oh, Salaki, you gonna be as your husband.
Right, but what's the term they use today?
God, she gonna be a God. The head of the household.
The black woman is God.
Right.
You is going to be a God. You are going to rule. See, what he's trying to do is keep this information from you,
right? Because
this information is the information that's going to make you a God. When your husband is telling you to cover up and to do all of these, follow all these rules, he's trying to stop you, girl. He's trying to stop you from being a God.
Right.
There's nothing new under the sun. That's the same thing that's going on right now. They trying to do that same, they pushing that same agenda to our women. But in Exodus 20:3, it says, thou shalt have no other God before me.
Right.
You know what that means? Your woman does not go before the Most High.
Right.
That's what the Bible teaches. Christianity don't teach that, but the Bible most definitely does. Okay, well, get it. Whoever get it, get it.
Chapter 7, verse 26.
Mind. Do you know what that means? Do you have a woman that wants what you want? Do you have a woman that desires what you desire? Keep reading.
Forsake her not.
If you got a woman like that, forsake her not. Read.
But give yourself over to a light woman.
But don't give yourself over to a dumbass. Don't give yourself over to a woman that's weak and light and just in your own life. You bring all type of pain and stress in your own life. Is there some more on that?
The next part is honor thy father with thine whole heart.
Okay, no sweat. Give me my other scripture.
That was First Ezra.
First Ezra 4. I think it was 24.
Okay.
You got it?
First Ezra, chapter 4, verse 24.
Go. Stop. You wanna go up a little bit? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll start at 20. First Ezra, chapter 4, verse 20. A man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the power of a woman. A man leaves his family that raised him to join himself to a woman. You now put this woman before your mother and your father that raised you. This is the power that a woman has. Go ahead. Go ahead. Read, start from 18.
First Ezra chapter 4, verse 18. Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty?
Listen, let me tell you, these three brothers, a king asked these three brothers, what is the most powerful thing on the earth? One brother said the king is the most powerful thing on the earth. A king got the power to give an order for life and death. A king can command a whole order of war. Right. A king can, a king rule everything. Then another man said, nah, wine is the most powerful thing on this earth because wine get people drunk, make you do whatever you want to do and get you feeling good. And then another brother says, no, a woman is the most powerful thing on this earth. Right. Now he's explaining to you why a woman is more important than anything on this earth. Right. What people don't understand is the power that a woman has. And a woman has the power that if she used it right, she would get whatever she wants. But when she used it in the way that America taught her how to use it, it makes it to where she gets it on the left-hand side without her man. You can have a man and make your husband happy and give him whatever he wants by doing what you're supposed to do as a woman. But the way you are taught to do it is by Section 8, food stamps, TANF, child support, and all of the ways on the left-hand side when the Bible tells you to support your husband, to honor your husband, to submit to your husband, and it's going to give you all the things you have on the left-hand side on the right-hand side, and you would be more happy about having it because y'all built it together. Yep. One thing about it is women don't respect what we do as priests and prophets of the Lord. Yeah, right. Well, this teaching to some women is just a waste of time. It's just, you just do that stuff. You're doing that stuff. But they don't understand that we are doing something that's going to benefit us in the long run. The only thing that they don't understand, only thing that they understand is right now. That's what they understand. They understand what's going to get us something right now. Well, guess what? This helps us right now. This teaches you how to act. It teaches me how to act. The kids how to act. This teaches us how to be on drugs and how not to be destroyed, how to teach other people how to be like this. That's going to help everybody around us. Then we can build. Then we can start our own businesses because now we understand that we are all we got. So now we start supporting each other and building each other and growing with each other. Right. Now we make revenue and income for the next generation behind us. Right now, all we are leaving is debt. We die right now, we leaving the debt. We're gonna have to have a cookout for you to have a funeral because nobody got insurance, nobody got life insurance, and nobody got no burial plan. So now everybody behind is gonna have to raise money to bury you. When if we was operating as a nation the way the Bible says to operate, then all that'll be taken care of. Because we would have wealth, we would have love, we would have family, we would have everything that we desire on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, righteously. So this is what this man is explaining about women. Keep reading.
Verse 19, and letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver and gold?
Do you see that men get money for what? To impress women. Men don't get money just to have money. They get money so that they can stunt, go to the bar, buy women drinks. Yep. They want to go have a nice house so a woman can come to their house and say, oh, this is nice. It is all to impress a woman. Keep reading.
Or any goodly thing whatsoever. Verse 20, a man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife.
Read.
Verse 21, he sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father, nor mother, nor country.
You see that? A man leave his own country, his mama and father, for his wife. Keep reading.
Verse 22, by this also ye must know that women have dominion over you.
They have what?
Dominion over you.
Keep reading.
Do ye not labor and toil? Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman?
Do you see that? Ain't this what's happening all over the world? Niggas is going to work to make sure that their woman is happy. Do you know a man can sleep in a car and have his clothes in the trunk and not give a damn? Do you know a man can live? Do you know a man can go put gas in the car, go get something to eat, and not give a damn about all of this? You know why he have to have a house with a couch? Do you know that men move in apartments and buy an air mattress and be good? Do you know why men have furniture in their homes? For women. So when they come in, they can look at a TV, they can sit on the couch, it's really for a woman. A man don't give a damn about all that. We got our clothes, we got pots and pans, and we got something to drink and an air mattress. We good.
Right.
And you gotta have some towels. You know, I mean, I'm just telling you the truth. A nigga will sit Indian style on the floor and eat a full dinner. He will stand up at the bar and eat. He'll come in the house, fix the plate, turn around, eat at the bar, go lay on the air mattress and go to sleep. When you walk in the house, you won't be like, ugh, you ain't got nothing. Right, you got to do all that for a woman. You gotta have a dining room table, a living room table, the chandelier. You got the napkin with the knife, the butter knife, the spoon, the fork, the plate under it. You got all of that for a woman. That ain't for no man. The champagne, the wine glass, you got all this stuff going on. That ain't for no man. No man give a damn about that.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But a woman will make a man do all of those things.
Right.
You don't have to be rolling your neck, rolling your eyes, snapping your fingers to get that. You just naturally make a man want to do that. So if you naturally make a man want to do that, why the hell do you think you have to talk noise to get it? You don't have to do nothing extra. Just be there. Come around while he ain't got nothing in the house but an air mattress. Guess what he gonna say? You think I should get a couch?
Right.
You think I should put a TV in here?
Right.
He don't care. He been standing in the house for 2 years with an air mattress. Right. You come in, he like, I know she ain't comfortable.
Yeah.
You want a couch in here?
Right.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We need to get us a couch. You know what? You pick it out. That's what he gonna say. You pick it out. Pick us out some furniture. I'm finna go to work. Right. He come back home with the money for you to do what with it? Spend it. Did you have to roll your neck, roll your eyes, and talk noise to get that done? No. You understand? But America teaches you that the only way you can get is to talk noise and to tell him he ain't shit and all that. You know what that's gonna get you with a man in the UPK? Single. You'll be by yourself in that fully furnished house. Or you'll just, a nigga like me will take the furniture and we will be sleeping on the air mattress in the house. If I didn't have no kids in the house to lock it, it'll be different. Keep going.
Oh my God. All right. So now, let's see. Verse 23. Yea, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers.
Boys take jobs overseas, on oil rigs, on the train, go get in the army, go to Afghanistan. Why do men get in the army? Is it for themselves? Why do they get in the army? Benefits. For who? They family. They talking about their kids. So if they kids in the house, then who else is in the house? The wife. God damn it. It's the same thing. Keep reading.
Verse 24. And looketh upon a lion and goeth into darkness. And when he has stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love.
Do you see that? You know what he do? He go out and say, he come back with a scratch on his face, breathing hard. And she be like, what's wrong? What happened? You know, baby, I killed a lion today for you. You know, I went into the den and in the middle of the caves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get you this pearl to make you a necklace. That's what I did it for you, baby. You understand?
Right.
But you think you gotta talk noise to get that from your man. That's because the white man is the oppressor that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You understand? Oh shit. Go ahead.
Oh,
Verse 25. Wherefore a man loveth his wife.
He loving who?
His wife.
Read.
Better than father or mother.
You see that? You take your mother and your father birthed you. Just imagine how hard of a pill it is to swallow to have children that you raised and you love, and then they start acting different towards you because of this person they just met. See, y'all haven't experienced that yet because y'all don't have kids of age enough to do that. But your parents have, because you are now with someone else. And if your parents talk against your loved one, what are you going to do? Whose side are you taking? You are taking your you are taking your wife's side. Because you have left your family to start a new family with this person. That's what you're doing. That's how important a woman is. That's how important a woman is to a man. And that's why with a woman having this much power over a man has to have more power over that woman. He has to have more authority because you are that close to his heart. You are that close to him to where you naturally, as a princess, as a woman that never talks noise, you have that much power over him. So your man have to have power over you. That's why the Lord said that the woman should be submissive to her husband. Because nothing in the scripture talks about how a woman is going and doing this for her man. In Proverbs, it talks about a virtuous woman taking care of her man because her man would do all of this for her. Right. This is why. The reason this woman is so virtuous and she's going out and buying a field and doing all these things is because her man is willing to go into a cave and fight a lion for her. Because her man is willing to do whatever it takes because he's going to love her like Christ loved the church. And how did Christ love the church? He loved the church so much, he did what? He died for it. Did it say anywhere in the Bible where it say your woman should die for your man? But who's supposed to die for the woman? So that means you need to submit to him. That means you need to listen to whatever the hell he say because he's going to die for you. While you talking noise and you telling everybody how he ain't shit, he is putting his life on the line for you. You see that? But you don't understand how important having a man is because the white man makes you feel like being independent is better. Because he can't tell you what to wear or what to do or how to dress or, he can't tell you none of these things. Go ahead.
Yeah, just real quick to add what you're saying, camp is very important. You know what I'm saying? It's the main thing was risking our lives, like going into the den, fighting the lion. But just being, just saying you're going to lay your life down for Christ, just being I.S.U.P.K, like, that's a target anyway.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So might as well fight the lion.
Right.
Might as well, fight the beast. I'm saying
right.
That's what you're doing by saying, I'm going to follow the truth. I'm not going to be fake Israelite. I'm going to follow all the law, statutes, and commandments. I'm going to change my life. That's the same thing as fighting the lion.
Right.
Fighting the sin.
Do you know how hard it is to be in a UPK? First of all, the world hates you because of what you teach. Then your family hates you because of what you teach. Then your friends hate you because of what you teach. Imagine how hard it is for your wife and your kids to hate you as well, and you still stand up for the Lord. Now guess what? You are showing the Lord you deserve authority in his kingdom. You are showing the Lord you are willing to go through persecution for him. That's what we do in the UPK. We stand up against the world for the Lord. And us standing up against the world also means that if your wife is against you, you're going to have to stand up against her too. You're going to have to. Because the Lord comes first. Right. There's nothing that comes first more than the Lord. And you can't do the work of the Lord if you're not doing it in the UPK. Right. So you know what that means? The UPK comes before your wife. Right. Because the UPK is the work of the Lord. That's biblical. We just read it in Timothy when it said if a bishop must be blameless, the husband of one wife. That's what it's talking about. You have to be a husband of one wife, meaning your wife that's the most important is the work of the Lord. Keep reading now.
Verse 25. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits.
They done what?
Run out of their wits for women.
For what?
For women.
You see that? Keep reading.
And become servants for their sakes.
You see that? That is what's happening in the world outside of the UPK. Men are servants for their women, except instead of being a servant for the Lord.
Right.
Look at that. You ain't serving the Lord, but you know who you are serving? You know why you missing camp? You know why you not paying your tithes? You know why you not doing what you're supposed to? You know why you not coming to class? Because you're serving your woman. You done lost your wits. You done lost your goddamn mind. Look what the Lord said. You losing your mind. Your woman don't wake you up in the morning.
Right.
What did the Lord do to Ezekiel? What happened? What happened with Ezekiel? Tell me.
Ezekiel was running behind his woman.
He was running behind who?
His woman.
Uh-huh.
And so Most High killed his woman.
And then told him to do what?
And then told him to take his, go back out to camp and don't mourn, don't cry.
You see that? That's the God we serve.
Yeah.
The God we serve says, the God we serve says, oh, you put her before me? I'm going to kill her, wrap your head up, go to camp, and speak.
Gird the F up.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
That's the God of the Bible. Now, the God of the Christian church going to tell you the God of the Christian church is the God of Jahim, which is the God that says, you better put that woman first. And guess what? Guess what happened when you do that? You end up looking like Jahim. Have you seen Jahim? Jahim look like Rahim. You understand? That's the problem, man. Because he done lost his mind serving a woman.
Right.
Read the next part.
Gone out of one con. And just to add, wit, the definition of wit is mental sharpness and inventiveness, keen, your intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
you're losing your intelligence, you're losing your mind.
All your wisdom, everything.
Right.
All right, First Ezra, chapter 4, verse 27. Many also have perished, lost, erred, and sinned for women.
Many have died, lost their money, lost everything because of women. So you know what that means? Women have power.
They do.
Women are very strong. So you know what it takes to rule over a woman? A stronger man. Because there are some women that kill strong men. We just read it in Proverbs chapter 7. You understand?
Oh yeah.
Women got power. Don't think they don't have power. They have the scripture just said they had dominion over you. They got dominion over you because you give it to them. You give it over to them because of how much you love them. So you ruling over them, there's nothing wrong with that. Because that is what you're supposed to do. Because even with you ruling over them, you know what you're going to still do at the end? Give them what they want. You're going to still melt down and give them what they want because they have that much power. So you are going to have to be stronger than them.
Right.
You're going to have to. You're going to have to be stronger than them. Somebody holding something for me? Give me that one in Matthew when it talks about father and mother. I think that is it. And also give me Ecclesiasticus while you over there. Give me 33. Start at 18. Yeah. You give me Matthew first. Somebody give me Matthew first.
You want the line or just where it starts the story?
I want, which one?
Matthew 12 before the answer.
Yeah, what's before that?
Story starts like 46.
All right, start right there. Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him.
Now, this is Christ's mother. Christ's mother is standing outside the camp, while Christ is where? At camp. Christ is on the streets speaking to the people. You hear that? Did Christ skip camp because his mama said, I don't like you out there with all the men talking all that. You know they're going to kill you. You know, people don't like when you out there saying that stuff. Christ was at camp while his who? Read it.
Book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 46. While he had talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without.
His family members were standing outside the camp.
Right.
Keep reading.
Desiring to speak with him.
They were saying, hey, somebody tell YAHANNA to come here. You know what that means? They had been calling his name. Just imagine that. Imagine you at camp, your mama walk up on camp and you don't even look at her. You ignore her. Your mama and your brother, they out there calling your name. You say nothing to them. You on the podium speaking, but they like, tell him to come. I need to tell him something. Tell him to get over here. I need to let him know his auntie just died. I need to tell him. They want to tell you something that's going to throw your mind off, but Christ was ignoring them. They was desiring to speak with them. Keep reading.
Verse 47. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 48. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother? And who are my brethren?
Now that's some hardcore stuff right there. Do you hear me? This is your mama that birthed you, your brothers that grew up with you. Christ said to them, who is my mother and who is my brother? That's one West. That's the spirit we got in this school. Now, people in the world may not understand it. People in the world may hear that and say, what? He gonna talk about his mama? He gonna say, what do you, what? Keep reading.
Verse 49. And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren.
Who did he stretch his hands forth? His disciples. You know what Christ was letting it be known? This is my real family.
Mm.
They are my worldly family.
Right.
This is my real family. It takes a strong man to be able to do that. To be able to stand up in front of their blood and tell them that this water is thicker than your blood. That's what Christ did. Blood, people say blood thicker than water, but in the UPK, the water thicker than blood. That's a hard thing to do. And you know what they're going to take to do that and to say that? A strong man and a strong woman. Because that's the same way you're going to have to be in this truth. Keep reading.
Verse 50. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
That's not the one, but that's a good one, though. I need the one when they talk about my mother turned from my father, my mother, and this, and this. When he's talking to Peter, what did Peter, when Peter get in the kingdom? Nah, when Peter said, what are we going to get in the regeneration?
Right.
Oh, he said, if you are not like one of these little children, you are not.
No, not that one.
Give up houses, mothers.
That one.
Oh, Matthew 19 and like it's 28.
Let me see. It's at the end of the chapter.
Verse 29.
Let me see. Yeah, it's at verse 27.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and follow thee.
That's us right now.
Right.
We have forsaken everything to follow Christ. We forsaken family, friends, loved one. That's the same thing that we're doing right now. So Peter's asking a question that you need to know sitting in this class. What are we going to get for forsaking all and following you? Read.
What shall we have therefore? And YAHANNA said unto 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Read.
Verse 29. And every one that hath forsaken houses.
That forsaken what?
Houses.
A house.
Plural.
Right.
Houses.
These men they have forsaken their houses. You know what that means? That means you done lost a lot of houses and apartments and places to live for the Lord. What else?
Or brethren.
Family members, your brothers, friends. Read.
or sisters,
read,
or father,
your father, read,
or mother,
or your mother,
or wife,
or your wife,
or children,
or
lands,
or what?
lands.
Lands. For what?
For my name's sake.
For your own name's sake.
For my name's sake.
For Christ's name's sake. What we are doing is for Christ's name's sake. When David was dancing in front of them women, and he was dancing in front of the crowd of people, who did David say he was dancing in front of? For the Lord. What are we doing this for? For the Lord. For the Lord's name's sake. Read.
Shall receive in 100-fold.
Gonna receive what? Tenfold.
And 100-fold.
30-fold.
And 100-fold.
100-fold. Read.
And shall inherit everlasting life.
That's why we do what we do. Go ahead.
But many that are first shall be last.
The people that's living lavish right now, they gonna be last in the kingdom.
Right.
That's what your family members don't understand. They are seeking money and riches and royalty and jewels in this place. When they get in their place, when they get in their land, they're going to be last. Read.
And the last shall be first.
And the people that's at the bottom right now, you that everybody's laughing at and thinking that you a damn fool and you've been brainwashed and you in the cult, guess what? You are going to be first. And Michael Jordan and Oprah Winfrey is going to be last. Steve Harvey is going to be last. You understand?
Right.
That's what we've given up. But you know what? Your woman is not going to understand that because she lives for now. So you are going to have to be stronger than her. Because you're going to have to direct her to make her understand what you are doing is for the longevity. It's like having an insurance. Insurance is not something you use every day. You don't use insurance every day. But when it's time for that insurance to kick in, when you have that wreck, you are thankful for that insurance.
You want the full coverage.
You want to get the highest plan. You want to get the full coverage.
Right.
You want to get it all. That's what we're doing. We want all of the plans we want all the benefits out of the insurance. So we going to camp, we teaching class, we going and feed the brothers and sisters on the streets, we counseling, we in counsel, we outside of counsel, we on Shamar, we doing everything that we have to do so that we can make sure that we can get all out of the benefits of being a part of the work of the Lord. You understand?
Okay.
Give me that last scripture, man.
Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha. This is chapter 33, verse 18. Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha. This is chapter 33, verse 18. And it reads, "Hear me, O ye great men of the people, and hearken with your eyes, ye rulers of the congregation."
Who did it say to listen?
O ye great men of the people.
I'm talking to the men right now because this class is about being a strong man. You men in the school, you are the great men of the people. You are the leaders of the nation. We are the government of the nation of Israel. So this is a message for you. Keep reading.
Verse 19. "Give not thy son and wife, thy brother or friend, power over thee."
Wait. No, they my family.
"Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee."
Don't give nobody power over you. Nobody. That's what this is saying. Keep reading.
"While thou livest."
While you are alive. Read.
"And give not thy goods to another."
Read.
"Lest it repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again."
Read.
Verse 20. "As long as thou livest and hast breath in thee, give not thyself over to any."
Do you see that? That is what the Bible teaches. As a man, your integrity is more important than anything else on the earth. Don't give that over to your wife, your children, your brothers, your friends, your mother, your father, no one. Your integrity for what? Your integrity for your job? Your integrity for who? For what?
For the Most High.
For the Most High. That's what you don't give over to nobody. Your spirit and your zeal for the Lord, nobody deserves that. Don't give over your manhood for nobody. Nobody deserves that.
Right.
Keep reading.
Verse 21. For better it is that thy children should seek to thee.
It's better for your kids to grow up without you, and they look and find, they get a baby mama, and they say, you know what, this reminds me of my daddy. Man, I need to call my daddy, because this is what my mama and my daddy was going through. You know what? It wasn't my daddy's fault. It was really my mama's fault. Damn. Let me call and check on my pops. It's better for them to seek you out than to do what?
Than that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy.
Than for you to stay there for the kids. It's better that you leave and keep your honor than to sit there and stay there for the kids.
Damn.
And be belittled and stepped on and disrespected because I'm doing it for the kids. Read.
Verse 22. In all thy works, keep to thyself the preeminence. Leave not a stain in thine honor.
You see that? In all thyself, keep your dignity, keep your integrity, keep all of the things that make you great, your strength intact. You know what that means you're going to have to do? You're going to have to be stronger than your woman. You're going to have to stand up against your woman. You're going to have to say no. You're going to have to say shut up, be quiet. You're going to have to listen. You're going to have to do what your Lord says for you to do. And the man is going to have to be stronger than you. So if you feel like your man is over excessive, you feel like he's doing too much, you have to do more than you. So if you feel like he's talking too loud, because he's talking over you. So you're talking loud, so he has to talk what? Louder than you. So if you don't want him to yell at you, then how do you talk to him? You talk soft, then when he talks to you, he's going to talk soft. When you acting in order, then he will be able to deal with you in order. But when you snapping your necks and clapping your hand, then he gonna clap, slap, and do all of that. Or he gonna do all the same thing that you're doing, but he's gonna do it more than you because he has to be stronger than you. That's the Bible. That's what a man of the Lord will do. Go ahead now.
Preeminence. Definition. The fact of surpassing all others. Mm-hmm. Superiority. Mm-hmm. Right? So we have prestige and renown, right? Supremacy, your greatness, your excellence.
Do you see that? Don't ever give up your greatness, your supremacy. Right. Don't give up your rulership for anyone. You are a prince of the power. The Lord made you to rule the earth. How you gonna rule the earth if you can't rule your house? With that, we're gonna pass the class over. Salaki, we got a question on YouTube. Get Job 14:1. Someone said, can I get a breakdown on oh, that's Pierce. That's young Percy. Get Job 14:1. Let's get it. Just break down on that.
The book of Job, chapter 14, verse 1. Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble.
Read.
Verse 2. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not.
Okay, this is just talking about how short a man's life is. This is just saying a man that's born, you still ain't live long. And how long do we live today? How long is our lifespan today in 2019? 65, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You'd be happy to, you know what I'm saying? When we get 25 as black people, we like, man, I never thought I would have made it to see 25 because half of my friends died at 18 and 15 and 13. So you see 25, you become what in the streets? OG.
30 triple OG.
You a 30, you a triple OG. You done made it.
40 you school.
You 40, you school. You old school now. You see what I'm saying? This is just a scripture just letting you know how short a man's life in this earth is. So he coming forth like a flower and is cut down. What does that mean? How do flowers come out the ground? Flowers come up looking good, strong, and beautiful. Them petals come out strong, looking good, and then what happened to it? The lawnmower come. No, it ain't even talking about it dying naturally.
Oh, okay.
Because it said it coming forth as a flower, and it is cut down.
It's like that, it's gone.
It comes up looking good and strong, and next thing you know, it's dead.
Right.
It grows out of the ground, and then 2 weeks come by, and it's time to cut the yard.
Yeah.
It's a struggle to get to the light just to be cut down.
And it comes up and like, man, I finally made it. You feel me? That is the life of a Black, Hispanic, and Native American. You live the life of a flower. With that, we're going to pass the class off. Let me check Facebook before we get out of here. Okay, we too hard. With that, we're going to pass the class over to Precinct Officer Orion.
The I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandments. Numbers 18:21. Malachi 3:8-10 means a tenth in Hebrew. Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department. Priest funds, a free will offering for priests. It's not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming Holy Convocation, memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, first day of the 7th month, Saturday, September 28th, 2019. Read Leviticus 23, verse 24-25. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headbands, or scarves. And those are the announcements.
With that, imagine, Saw.
So the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and in English.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadash.
Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh.
Labaka.
Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha.
Baratiza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Nathanawa. Lacham. Call. Yawam. Wasalaknawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabalaknawa. Wala'ah. Tabi'ayanawa. Badasaya. Abal. Hawashayanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wahala. Wahatapara.
Amen. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us. Our debts. As we forgive. Our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. Power and glory. Forever. So be it. So, courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel. Ma'am Shabbat, Majid, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakah.
So, courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel. Ma'am Shabbat, Imagine. Rock. How was Shemala Thaba Hashem Yahushua? Yazimatah. Dismiss.
Scriptures, meditating them scriptures, meditating them scriptures, meditating them scriptures, precept upon precept, line upon line, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, line upon line, here a little and there a little, line upon line, precept upon precept, line upon line, precept upon precept, line upon line, meditating them scriptures. UPK get with you. Right down the middle will split you. You gon' cry cause you soft like tissue. Crooked ass cop on a bandit. My whole family can't stand it. My so-called friends of the world, they hate a nigga now cause I'm doing the commandments. My garments fly like a bird. See us on the corner, teaching the word. I preach the prophet of the I.S.U.P.K. Home of the truth, and you hear what you heard. I roll with the truth. I know what to do with the OG, with the young stuff. Mix on with the new. Get rid of all the games. That's for the Lord's arm and all red in the blue. Nice on you. Don't be a fool. Raised in the streets, so you know I got the two. No more slavery. We gon' rule. UPK is the Israelite school. These Christian pastors be lying. Rep pork chop robbing you blind. Sit in church with the poor sign. Run a money hungry pastor takes every dime. The white man is the enemy. Is my rival. He say God love everybody, but that ain't in the Bible. Meditating in the scriptures is so vital. I love the children of Israel, so I'm gonna keep it tribal. Meditating them scriptures. Meditating them scriptures. Meditating them scriptures. Meditating them scriptures. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Israelite, my bloodline. It's all about my pedigree, my heritage, my lineage. Can't no devil get next to me. I'm coming down, I'm swinging on hoes, I'm bending corners, I'm still on boats. Gotta make the trash like a centerfold. I'm an Israelite, and I know I'm chosen. Coming through with that board up blue. Bridges swinging in the air on you. Got the shield of David and the movie soft. I'm on the pulpit of wood, read the book of the law. Them devils ain't messing with nothing. Don't watch your business, keep stepping. UPK is the only way, and that brotherhood is a weapon. My brothers is speaking at camp. Holding them all like a champ. The fake Israelites, they cannot compete. They tuck in their tail, they running their band. Take a lot of courage to do what we do. That is the difference between me and you. I feel the most high in the judgment for breaking the law, my nigga. So what about you? I don't give a damn about no heathens. I ain't gotta give you no reasons. Enemies, they devils, they demons. They hell with them, I never pledge no leeches. I ain't gon' front, I ain't shit, won't quit. Already go to the most high. Lasha one for dash, for Rockatah, YAHANNA. Meditating them scriptures. Meditating them scriptures. Meditating them scriptures. Meditating them scriptures. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Meditating them scriptures. Meditating them scriptures. Meditating them scriptures. Meditating them scriptures. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Here a little and there